Good day, guys. Welcome to my channel. If you are logging into my channel for the first time, please don't hesitate to subscribe, follow for more tips and how to. Today, I'm going to be taking you on how to shine your boot. That is your military boot. This has to do with both the military and the paramilitary. You all know that the bedrock of the first is first discipline, and discipline entails that you must look neat and sharp so as to be presentable to the outside world since you are a public servant. We are going to go straight to shining of this boot. This is a combat boot. Like you can see, it's a black combat boot. Now, I believe you normally see soldiers and paramilitary, there's the police and the custom and other tri-services. They also use this boot and they normally shine the boot for it to be presentable. Now, these are the items that you need in order for you to make this boot presentable. You have your torcher. This is your torcher that you will need. And you also have this a brush that you need, and most importantly, you need your polish. There are different types of polish, but make sure you are getting the original one, which will be suitable for your boot. Now, you also need a wool. That's a cotton wool. This is 100% wool that you need for this shining parade. And lastly, you need water. This is water. This is normal water, just water that you need for this shining parade. But don't forget that you will need a rag. That's a neat rag that you can use without dust, that you can use to clean the boot before you commence your polishing and shining subsequently. Now we are going straight to the shining parade. First, what you have to do, you have to clean the boots in order to remove dust and dirt from the boot. Like you can see, like I'm doing. You can see the boot was quite dusty. So you clean it properly to make sure it is free from dust and other particles. Because if there are particles on this boot, you likely will not enjoy shining it and it will not come out as expected. Now I'm done with the cleaning, partially done with this cleaning material. I will drop that. Now the other materials that are needed mostly, which is this, the kiwi. Kiwi is a polish that we are going to use today. Like you can see, this is my kiwi. I'm putting it where you can see it clearly. I'm going to shift the boot aside. This is my water. I'm going to put water into the cover of the kiwi. So, as for easy use. And this, like you can see, this is the wool. I'm going to open the wool now, so that you see the type of wool. You can see this is the type of wool I recommend for you. It is neat, without dust, and it does not have bumps. Now, you are going to fashion your wool according to how you deem it fit for you, but make sure you don't use it in excess. Make sure it is flowy. Now, this wool is what I'm going to use here, but after arranging my wool, I'll put it safely on this while I apply my polish to my boots. Now, the polish you are going to apply, don't be too extravagant with your polish. You touch your polish gently and you apply it to the surface of the boot, the wool surface of the boot. Like you can see, I'm applying the polish to the boot. Apply it gently, don't be rough. Make sure you have every part of the boot polished, like you can see. I'm polishing both the front and the back of the boot. This will give the boot a preparatory look for the next phase of the shining. Like you can see, I finished the first and I'll go to the second. You keep this one safe while you take the second boot. You'll be doing both of them concurrently. They both need to receive polish respectively. Please, mind you, while doing this, you have to be very careful in order for dust particles not to be attracted to the boot, because most of the times, depending on the kind of kiwi or polish you are using, might likely attract dust. Now I gently drop my torcher after I finish polishing my boot. I have not brushed it, remember, I have not brushed it. This is the look after polishing it. Now I will give it a little timing before I will start my brushing. Let's say for some minutes, let's wait a little so that the polish can get adhered to the boot. Now I think it's okay and it's time for us to brush the boot. You pick your boot, put your hands inside the boot just like I did, you can see, and you pick your brush. You use the brush, you brush around the boot. You can see. Can you see how the look of the boot is becoming? You see? You brush it around. Make sure you brush to remove all the particles and everything that on the boot that you have fixed already. You can see, even without shining, the boot is quite looking shiny. Brush it. You can use other types of brush that are bigger than this, but for now, this is the brush we are using. You carry the second leg of the boot and you do same to it. I'm going to take it step by step so that I won't miss any step for you and you get used to it. So this is your boot. You are done brushing the boot side by side, and your boot is now ready to receive your kiwi, ready to receive shining. I would like you to pay attention to this next stage, because this is the stage where many people get it wrong when they want to shine their boot. They get it wrong in this stage, but this is what you do. You can see I'm having the boot handy and I'm also having my cotton wool. So now I'm going to apply the cotton wool to water. This is water. This is water. You can see I'll apply the cotton wool to the water, make it to soak. Then you squeeze up the water from it and make sure you have at least 90% of the water out of this wool. You understand? Now I have about 90% of the water out of the wool before I will now apply this wool to my polish. Make sure you don't take too much of the polish. This is the quantity of the polish that I've taken, and this is the boot. You apply it to the boot and you gently scrub it. Just like you can see, I'm gently scrubbing the boot. It is not magic. It does not come out immediately, but gradually the process comes out looking good at the final stage. Now, like you can see, this is the process of shining using a cotton wool. You can likewise shine using a shining rag. Yes, depending on the one that is easier for you. But for this, just touch it gently. Don't scrub with force. Like you can see, it is gradually coming up. It is gradually coming up. Sorry. It will take quite a little timing, but don't give up. Keep scrubbing gently. When I say scrubbing, don't use force. Make sure that there's water, a little water in this cotton wool, else you end up rumpling the boot and it comes out looking very bad. But if there's water, it causes little friction and it takes off the polish and makes the boot looking, you can see the boot is coming up. It is coming up. If you feel like the polish is not enough, you can add a little polish to it. But for now, I think this polish is okay. Like you can see, this is the outcome of your shining. And you can see how shiny the boot is now. Please do well to subscribe to our channel, and we'll give you more tips on military dressing, on how to look fit, how to look sharp, and how to look smart. This is your boot, shined and prepared for work. Thank you for watching. God bless you. You can see this is the presentation of the boot. You can see how sparkling the boot is. It's looking good, and when you dress with this boot, you are going to be looking exceptional. You're going to be looked upon as one of the best among others. Please do well to subscribe to our channel as we give you more tips on military and paramilitary dressings and how to. Thank you for watching. God bless you.